That needs to get going.
We're live on here.
Great. We're not here.
Oh, man.
So, come on, baby. Come on, baby. No, it says it's going to go. Well, hopefully it'll go here in a second. It's just flashing on and off. It's kind of...
I have a live.
Do you? Well, I guess you're just better than me then.
That's right.
Wow.
He's leading out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is happy opposite day. Cannot connect to the server. It looks like it's streaming. I'm going to assume it is. Here I am. Yep, it is. And I'm talking more or less to myself because... well, no. Never mind.
Yeah.
People, things are a-changing here at the Packfiller Productions. It might be the last time I start a show with sponsorship reads. It might not. You never know. How's that for vague? Hey, big thanks to our longtime friends at Scratch Labs. Winter getting you down, finding yourself drinking to forget? Well, thanks to Scratch, you can warm your soul, fuel your workout, and put something better into your body than leftover eggnog and whiskey. Not speaking from experience. Get over to scratchlabs.com and check out all of the great flavorful offerings and several options that can be served hot. Also, big thanks to Gooder Sunglasses. Do I need to say more? Jackson and I are proud wearers of the blue-blocking, blue-framed protectors of extreme dry eye that only indoor cycling can produce. Check out the line of Gooder Gamer glasses. I mean this, really do. Your eyes are going to thank you, and you won't look like a stoner after every indoor session. So let's do this, shall we? Do you know why the theme starts with that royalty thing?
Because you're a knight.
Yeah, the guy who composed it is a fellow Sufferfest guy, and he wrote it that way.
Would you look at the...
Sufferfest thing?
I didn't know that. I just guessed.
But yeah, and I thought it was kind of cheesy at first, but then I was like, no, you guys showing respect. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, 2020, boys and girls, is almost, and that's depending upon when you are listening to this, in the dorky third-eyed mirror. I'm sure we all have things to be thankful for and things we're more than happy to piss upon the virtual grave of 2020. We're able to watch bike races, but not really ride them. We were able to ride our bikes, but not with people outside of our immediate circle. We were able to drink beer and talk about bikes, but not in Belgium.
Oh, man.
I actually wrote this in the copy. I wrote the word fuck in the copy. In the studio are the most frequent members of the Packfiller, and if they were attendees at the 2021 New Year's Eve party, they would be, first off, the guy that brought a really good bottle of wine but drank it himself and left at 10 p.m., Mr. Paul Main.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah.
You
nailed it.
Second of all, the guy that brought Martinelli's and stayed all night. X and Vulture.
Hello, that sounds like me as well.
Everybody's just wanting to pass out,
and
Jackson's still sitting there in the corner. You guys
I'm
having
loaded
fun?
with sugar.
Me? Well, I'm the guy that brought nothing, but still not only was the last to leave, but also the one that vomited in the bathtub. I'm Pat Vulture, and I'm sorry about that. Gentlemen, I forgot to click over the whole thing. It's been we will broadcast shortly the entire time. I'm ending the broadcasting season like a true 2020 broadcaster.
There we are.
So now everybody can see me in my new orange shirt that I got for Christmas. I'm kind of
nipping out.
I am kind of nipping out.
Had to put the heaters in down here today.
Boys and girls, I know how one of your Christmas was, but I don't know how the other Christmas was. So I don't know if the listeners knows how our Christmas was. How was Christmas, everybody?
It was all right. Huh? Yeah.
All right.
My
see you next week, everybody.
Yeah.
It's the end of the
have a good one.
podcast.
Yeah. It's cheesy, but it's my favorite time of year, so I had a good one no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get anything good?
I did get some.
Jesus. And it's a spam call.
Oh, man.
Way to end the year.
Yeah. Fuckers.
Damn it.
I did get some good stuff.
And now it was vibrating on the bar.
my Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did get some good stuff. It was fun. I got some nice new socks from one of our sponsors, Scratch Labs, and that was.
Did you get the wool ones?
I got 2 pairs of wool ones.
I have 2 of the wool.
I'm
They're
pretty
nice.
Yeah, nice.
They changed the color scheme. The wool ones are now just gray and just little white printing on them.
Oh,
That's
really?
it.
Yeah, they're like a merino blend, which
Yeah.
is it's very nice. I'm very excited.
So I have like last year's or 2 years,
Mhm.
and it's got a little bit of their like the lemon lime package.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
lemons and limes.
Yeah.
package. That's
Yeah.
what the
I had
green
a pair
on
of
the
those
cuff.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then the toe and the heel.
And I think that was what Jackson wanted, but
I'll take yours, and you can have my dirty old.
Yeah, there we
Santa
go.
didn't
Yeah.
order in time.
No, I'm actually pretty happy with them. I think I do kind of like the understated colors of them, and maybe they're a little updated in technology, so it'll be
Yeah.
kind of cool. I'm excited to use them. New
The-
Year's Day.
The other ones did feel a little more woolly.
Hmm.
The ones you and I have,
Yeah.
the lemon and limes one, lemons and limes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They put an S in all those.
But I like those. I like those ones. Just
Yeah.
Santa brought me 2 pair also, a pair of each.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like them, and they're black socks, and they go with my black sole and my black shoes and my black everything. Yeah. Nothing else like that you were really excited about or something like that, Jackson, in terms of, because Christmas is all about the shit you get. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Of course,
anything
of
about
course.
being with each other, peace on earth,
Nope.
goodwill towards the others. What'd you get?
I did get a new watch, which was very, very nice.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, some other very nice and kind and thoughtful things went along with it that are escaping my brain at the moment. But that does not mean they meant any less. They're all right here,
He got a laptop stand for his Zwifting efforts too over there.
which is going to be vital coming
Yeah.
2 weeks from now.
Wink,
Oh,
wink.
yeah.
Yeah. Paul, how'd Christmas go?
Well, started out Christmas Eve. Dismount and I drank some good quality beer, and then the next day went over to my daughter's house. My wife was working, and taking care of the sick,
Yeah.
which I should have been one of them. Dave and I kind of indulged in some, not very many, but some high octane beer. It was very tasty, but we paid for it the next day. But I got to see my grandkids open things up, and
That's always cool.
That's nice.
and what did I get? My wife and I never give each other gifts.
Oh, really?
We always save it for trips to Europe, and we're gonna have a banger of one since the last 2 years have been shit. We can't go anywhere, so yeah, the Orient Express or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I also got a watch. I got an Apple Watch, which is really cool. I'm not really sure I needed it, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm ungrateful, but it's like, wow, this is cool. It is
let me
really
text
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be, like I said, I don't want to pretend that I'm not thankful. It's a freaking cool watch.
Yeah.
But there was.
Well, you don't sound like it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Shit, yeah. I do owe you, Paul Main, and I want to say this on the show, 1,000 thank yous, because without you, my Christmas dinner would have been a failure. My mother, bless her heart, was in charge of buying the centerpiece this year, the entree, the main dish. And I know this is a show about bike racing, but I wanted to bring this up because I'm a cooking person. I like to cook a lot. Don't you dare say it. No wonder, Pat. No wonder you're slow. But this year we usually do a tenderloin, which makes it sound really snobby. But instead of a tenderloin, my mom accidentally bought a prime rib. And
Accidentally?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did she not see the price difference?
No, I don't know if it was the price difference or anything.
Wow, that's
like that.
gone up this year.
Well, the tenderloin is a
It's
lot
expensive.
more,
Yeah.
a lot more to feed
Oh.
people with tenderloin than it
Yeah.
is a prime rib. And she came home, and she brought it to the house, and I went, "Holy shit, that's huge! Oh, Mom, you got a prime rib." I said, "That's okay, we can still figure out how to cook it." She goes, "No, God damn it, I'll take it back." So she takes it back, comes back. The guy at the butcher basically took a Sharpie and scribbled out
Because
Prime-
all that cut
prime
is,
roast.
Yeah.
No, it's not a tenderloin. It's not anywhere close to the same cut of meat. The guy just basically scribbled out part of the name and handed it back to her, which means the guy at the grocery store was kind of a cock, taking advantage of my mom and her age or something like that,
Are you going to out the store?
No, I don't think I should, because I go there a lot. I've been going there for 30 years. The guy was probably just a dumb shit and didn't understand what my mom was trying to convey to him. And I don't know if my mom said the word tenderloin. I think she might have said like loin roast or something like that. Anyway, I wasn't there. And so we ended up with the same cut again. And so I was like, shit, I've never done this before. And you saved me with this 500-degree trick where you heat up your oven to 500 degrees, put the thing in 5 minutes per pound, and then shut off the oven for 3 hours, which freaked me out. Because I took the damn thing out after 3 hours, and my oven was off. I mean, it was room temp in my oven.
Mm-hmm.
But I cut into it, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
So that was a very long delay of the show and talking about bikes, but I wanted to say how awesome that was and how much it saved my bacon.
It's an easy way to cook
my
it.
roast,
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good. Anybody been riding much?
I haven't been outside.
Since last week? Yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't been outside either.
I've done a couple of Zwift things, and then I think Sunday.
On the shitty trainer?
The shitty trainer. It's still a workout, but I started noticing on Sunday, I don't even look at the screen. It's just when it gets harder. Mm-hmm. It's like watching a freaking cartoon. So it's like, oh, no. So I pulled out the rollers Monday and today. Got home, threw it on the rollers, and watched an old VHS of 1998 Tour of Flanders. It's all grainy and it's tracking problems, and then it's like, now this, if you have to do indoor. But in all seriousness,
the average listener's going, what? You have a VHS not only at home but hooked up to a TV?
Oh yeah. Yeah, wow. That's right. I got a collection of those VHS.
You can't. I know those are
famous
classic.
cycling video.
Yeah.
I can't throw them away. So but one of my concerns were what I noticed is the small little footage of when I did that sprint that you had on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm pedaling squares, and that's easy to do that on a trainer.
Yeah.
And if you pedal squares on a roller, you're bouncing on your saddle.
Yeah.
And that's a bad habit. And I ride in a different position on the trainer than I do rollers. Rollers imitate the road. I use my normal position. On the trainer, when I'm watching Zwift, I'm upright, and I'm in a completely different position so I can see the screen.
I never thought about these elements. Yeah. I should set up my rollers in that space just to, like, an easy day kind of ride or something like that.
Yeah, I think, I won't get rid of Zwift right away. But I think what I'll do is set my TV down a little bit instead of being straight across. It'll be down because when I ride, I look underneath my eyebrows. But now I got to cock my head up, and I find myself riding in a position I normally don't ride in.
I wonder if that's why my shoulders have been so sore lately.
Just
kind of positioning or something like that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You're putting too much weight on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Jackson, we know you've been doing a little bit of riding, and last week we announced that you are taking on the Night of Sufferlandrian Challenge.
Yeah, there it is.
You gotta be knighted.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, it will be two of us.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking of the Bugs Bunny cartoon where he was like, A.W. Sirloin of Beef, Sir Duke of Ellington, Sir Arise. I'm the only one who knows that fucking reference.
No,
you do?
hell no.
Nice.
Yes, you can't. That is my daughter and I's thing.
Yeah.
Is Bugs Bunny.
I
so
love
you
those.
can't try on that.
So you've got 10 videos back to back.
Yep.
I'm refreshing the average listener. The 10 videos back to back with 10 minutes rest in between.
Mm-hmm.
We did some math, and it looks like it won't be a full 12 hours.
Yeah, so if you... so every video doesn't have to be a whole, 1 hour on the dot because they don't make all of the videos like that. Yeah. I did one today. It was Do As You're Told is what the video was called.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was 42 minutes.
Okay.
So kind of depending on what you like to or what videos you choose, you can make it a lot shorter. So I've seen some people do it in 8.5 hours rather than 12, like you said. So, but yeah, I've been a lot of time on the trainer lately.
Yeah.
I've only ridden on the trainer for quite a while, but these past 2 weeks have been starting to get onto that train of it a little bit.
It's here, and the stream might be getting a little wonky. No, it might be
We're
coming
good.
back. The we are live on Podbean too, so just
Both are
people
up,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, people both are up. Okay, good. And it looks like it might be a little janky. I'm using all the hipster terms: janky, wonky. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
That's how they talk in Portland, so
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Any ideas on start time, video selection, fuel options, stuff like that you've been thinking about?
Yeah, I'm thinking for start time for me right now, I'm thinking 8 a.m.
Okay.
I mean, I've been keeping a lot. Dad, you and I both use the Whoop straps, and I've been keeping a lot of like information on that. So I think coming in the next week, I'm gonna really try and hone in my recovery, especially the day before. I'm gonna try and do absolutely nothing, just so I'm fully primed and ready. Yeah, so 8 a.m. will probably be my start time on the 9th.
That means to get up and be fueled.
If you're yeah.
Wow.
I'm sneezing all over my new orange shirt.
Yeah.
You gotta be up early.
Yeah, so that'll probably be a 6:30 wake up day, because usually 6:30, maybe even 6 wake up day, because I've heard oatmeal takes about almost 2 hours to digest, and yeah, there will be bowel movements within that time required.
And because we don't have a
Want to borrow
bath,
my iPad?
I might need it. Get some race footage in front of me
Yeah,
just to
that's right.
prepare.
Yeah.
For nutrition, I'm figuring that out. I'm really my strategy. If anybody wants to use it, it's a pretty honed strategy. So
Hey, yeah.
listen up. I require myself to eat every hour on the hour. So if it's 1 hour in, I'll have something. And what I'm planning on doing is 2 hours are going to be quick calories, like a gel or like little block chews or something like that.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to try and take in real food, like a Cliff Bar or like a real thing, so I can actually eat. And then, of course, I'll probably have I will have scratch stuff in my in my bottles. Yeah.
Isn't it weird to think about this in terms of, God, it's this full endurance event, but you're never leaving your house.
Yeah, I'm going to be right there the whole time. So.
Yeah. It's weird.
Sounds icky.
It does sound icky. Are there any fears or concerns or things like that you've got that are just kind of waking you up at night going, wait, oh shit, this is going to be the worst part, or I got to work on this or get this ready or something or other?
Like I mentioned earlier, I was a little worried about my fitness going into it, but then when I really looked at the event, it's the way Sufferfest works is it's based around your qualities
Your
and
fitness profile.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna tailor that towards me and who I am. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just more of that. When are my shoulders gonna hurt? When we did the Midnight Century, that was the thing that really sucked the most. I do worry about my knee, my right knee. I always have a weird thing, kind of in the patella area, which is like the bone that's right at the tip of your knee. I always have an issue there, so that's the one thing that kind of stresses me out a little bit whenever going for these bigger things. But today was the first day when I'm trying to slowly but surely, it sounds like I'm getting off like a drug or something, but I'm trying to slowly but surely not use a cream on my knee to make it better. So today was one of those first days that I hadn't used it.
Really?
And I'm at
So
the
far,
moment,
so good,
knock
yeah.
on wood, feeling great. So those are the two things that kind of stress me out. Other than that, I know I'll be fit enough. Yeah, I know I'll have great support as well.
So January 9th.
Yep.
Looking at 8 a.m., we're going to make 8 a.m. Pacific the official start time.
Yeah, I can do that.
It has to be documented in some way, so we're thinking to ourselves, we will live stream it. Who wants to sit and watch Jackson on a trainer for 8 hours straight? probably not a lot of people, but
Tune in now and then.
tune in and out.
The-
Just watch the decline of him
Yeah.
as the afternoon progresses. You're just like going, hey, no, I'm good. I can do this piece of cake. Oh, shit. What was I thinking?
Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want any support? Do you want people to come? And I mean, we can't obviously out of a lot of people, but do you want? When I did mine, one of my friends came over and rode a video next to me, and I don't
What a
know.
dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was that out loud again?
Yeah, but I don't know if that was helpful or just kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get in that zone where you're just you're in your own place, and I don't know if that person coming over helped me or hindered me.
I mean, I think the people that are in like our little bubble that we have, like if either of you guys wanted to do one with me, and for the people out there, I'm gonna say right now that I'll say some stuff, like I'll be like, oh, thanks for coming and everything, but like you said, I'll be in that zone where I'm more focused on getting it done than I will be on kind of like making memories, at that point.
Yeah.
So I think the whole thing's gonna be a memory. But yeah, I mean, I'd be more than welcome to have that. I always find having people around is something that motivates me a little bit. So
Even if it was Paul on his rollers talking about how stupid that all is.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, I
Very
could
nice.
do it on the rollers.
Yeah.
yeah, you can.
Yeah. Make sure that no beers on the table
Yeah.
vibrate off.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
used your rollers for the challenge, right? The punishment you brought your own because mine I think have a little bit of a wobble in them. You can't feel it when you're on them, but you can hear it when I'm riding along, stuff like that. So it's probably
And
wouldn't
then
work.
pop goes the hemorrhoid because you got that.
Yeah, exactly. Pop goes the hemorrhoid. And you're doing it in support of a charity of your choosing.
Yeah, so if you haven't yet, on our website, there's a little donation page, and there it kind of talks about how I have always kind of like had a cherish towards animals and everything, and every time I'm around, and like every time someone tells me, oh, well, my dog or my cat's not going to like you, I always like warm up to the animal kind of quickly. So, and I think that, I don't know, I really want to give to the Spokane Humane Society. So, I think that's what we're going to do. And like I said, it's up on our website. If you head to, whether you go through Instagram or on whatever platform you go through, we have a little donation page on there, and it can get you to get you there, and
Donate some money, maybe.
Yeah.
Help an animal. Right on. I like that. Paul, I have a question for you in regards to the changing of the new year and our traditions that are supposed to be alive. And any thoughts on how we're going to pull off the New Year's Day traditional ride?
Well, I have a 1991 Serrata T-Max with like fat tires on it, and if
Mountain
it
bike.
means it's an old mountain bike, and back when they had triples.
Yeah.
I've got
Wow.
one.
I can't imagine. You got one with a
there's
triple on it?
mountain
there's a
bike
Trek
is-
back there that has it. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? There was a day when your mountain bikes had to have triple. No one has
Yeah,
triples.
nobody does
No,
anymore.
no,
Just that
anybody has
The
doubles.
gear
on a
range
mountain
is
bike.
so
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, most of
exactly.
them are riding one bikes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably pop in, even if there's a little park called Cannon Hill Park. If I just do, it's 1 kilometer, just keep going around and around and around. I guess that's what I'll end up doing. And because my wife thinks I'm going to break a hip sometime. So
Yeah.
I got to be careful because of my age.
Yeah.
So,
So you're going outside. no
yeah, I
matter
have
what.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have to do that.
Couple
And
of
then maybe we could set up a little meetup
yeah.
on Zwift later on or something.
Oh, we should do that. Make a
Let's do
group
a meetup.
ride,
Yeah.
a group meetup.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there we'll throw that out there. If anybody out there is interested and is listening to this before New Year's Day or even on New Year's Day, I will make a Zwift meetup for. I've always been going high noon. Should I stick with high noon or go earlier? It's for the East Coasters.
I
Oh, that
I'm going to be
makes
hungover.
was about to say maybe a good old noon is
High
perfect.
noon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick
I
with
think
high
so,
noon.
yeah.
Okay. If anybody wants to be involved, I'll make a Zwift meetup at high noon. And if you follow me, I know that sounds completely self-involved, but it's right now the only way I can make these meetups. We're going to work on that. Wink, wink in the new year. But You got to follow me on Zwift.
And don't worry, there will be a reminder if you follow us on social media.
Yeah. And so follow me find Waldo on Zwift, and I'll be sure to include you, and we can all go for a ride. And it will not be hard and fast. It'll be whatever pace
Mount
you
to
want.
Zwift or whatever.
Yeah,
that is.
Alp to Zwift.
Go
shit.
for it.
Yeah, no, I won't do that one this time. That was really stupid. So, I'm going to be doing a fitness test before Jackson's knighthood to kick off my training, and I was thinking, we were talking about, because your fitness test, I mean your knighthood is a Saturday, and I'm not going to necessarily do a fitness test on Friday.
Yeah.
So I almost should do it this weekend.
You could.
Fuck.
That gives you, 4 days?
Yeah, this Sufferfest fitness test is so mean. It is just, it hurts so much. It's 2 really fast sprints, a 5-minute effort, a 20-minute effort, and then a 1-minute effort.
Yeah.
And all you're supposed to go as hard as you possibly can. It hurts so much. Last time I think I did it, I didn't make it to the end of the 5-minute effort. I was just like, I can't fucking do this anymore. And so now I'm thinking about doing it again because I'm an idiot.
It's like giving birth.
Yeah.
Yet I have no idea what that's like.
Yeah. Is anybody starting, quote unquote, their training on a specific date, or has it already started per se, or is there a time when it kicks in?
I mean, it's technically started for me because I've been so terrified about this thing. And I mean, I might ramp it down a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna continue on writing every single day a Sufferfest video, but yeah, I think I'll keep with it and probably excel into more of a training plan.
You have started already, in essence.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, have you, or is there ever really an end and a start?
Well, I mean, it ended when the race season was over, so I got a long.
So it ended in March.
Yeah, and I didn't get very many miles at all because I don't know if you guys know that my wife wanted a she shed, and
wait, what?
Yeah, she wanted one of those, and I made promises that I had to keep, and so it kind of that hurt. But I guess that's it. Typically, I try and ride year round because I like riding my bike.
Yeah.
And but my focus is always I enjoy racing, so there wasn't anything to really target, so I wasn't too worried about spending time in the she shed.
Because I remember back in the day, we used to always say that like October, November, December were kind of your off months where you took time off. People did cyclocross for fun back then. And then it was always January 1st. Greg LeMond's book, January 1st is when the training starts. And that was when you're just like, it's go time and things like that. Fish, and then you did your base, your base circuits. You did your work up, and then you started to, once you got your base miles, you worked on some of the fitness specifics, and then you worked on really your speed work and high intensity stuff as you got closer and closer to like April and May. Is that the way of the dodo anymore? Are people
this dodo kind of follows that.
You do?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I scale up. I never stop. I mean, in the past, typically around here and back in the day.
Yeah.
But the end of September, October was for road racing ended, and then became pheasant hunting season, and CP and I used to take our guns and dogs for a walk because there wasn't very many pheasant to hunt. So, but we would do that. We'd just go out and hunt.
I believe Greg LeMond did that too in 1988.
Nope,
and then he got
86. It was the year after he won.
Then he
missed
shot.
87.
Oh, he missed 87. He got shot.
And in 88, he rode for PDM but didn't cut the mustard in the Camden. Yeah, he got shot by his brother-in-law in the back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he won the 89
Somebody
and
wanted the
90
turkey
tour with I think there's like
pellets.
Yeah, I can't remember how many pellets are in there. And still some next to his heart and stuff. So.
He's like Iron Man, dude.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Man.
So, I mean we we'd go for hunt, and then November I start scaling,
Yeah.
playing grab ass on the bike, running around with buddies and stuff, but then training starts January 1st. That's why I always use that as the beginning.
So is that still kind of the plan?
Yeah.
I think mine is too. I mean, I wanted to do this fitness test to kind of get a base, a foundation of where things are and what's going on, and how, holy shit, how much I have to do and things like that. And we're going to get into the goals, and stuff like that a little bit later. But, and then you just try to build till probably like in April, May is usually when kind of you really want to kind of hit the ground running. And then June, July, and August, you try to hold or just fine tune. And that was always what we did. That was what we did back in the day.
If you're basing your life, I mean, you're cycling off of racing. Yeah, that worked in the old days, but in modern times, you're too late if you started in January, because racing started on the west side of our state, like in March, the first weekend of March. But it's going to be curious because I've been, following the WSBA, the Washington State Bicycle Association, for their calendar, for race calendar, and nothing really is established until like May. So we're going to have a long period because, we don't know. And even there, that's Tour de Bloom, it says, it's a stage race in Wenatchee, 4 stages, 3 days. If we hit stage 4 or phase 4 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so it's all hinging on a recovery. So,
Jackson is monitoring both the YouTube and the Podbean feed. So if you guys want to chime in and talk about things, you're more than welcome to. He will do that. And I tweaked. So I'm not saying we'll answer, but we can accept calls on Podbean, on the Podbean app. So I made sure that's dialed in and ready to go. So yeah, people can call us. I know. Okay. I guess before we get to the promises of 2021, we should probably do the proper format and check out the news headlines. In case you guys haven't heard the term, I think we're going to have to use the name of the city as a new term. Dendermonde was the host of the Cyclocross World Cup. I don't know if you guys caught any of the footage of that one. An entire year defined basically in one cyclocross race. 2020 could be defined as, wow, you really pulled a Dendermonde. Or, holy shit, that was a fucking Dendermonde out there. Their debut as the UCI Cyclocross World Cup venue was not as smooth as it could have been after Winter Storm Bella whipped the course into a thick, soupy mud bath. I don't know if you've seen the highlights. Yeah. Mm-hmm. After taking distant second place in the elite men's race to a dominant Wout van Aert. Shocker! By the way, he's going to ride Bianchi's for the rest of the cross season.
Yeah,
is he really?
Cervelo doesn't have a cross bike.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't.
Mathieu van der Poel said the race was not worthy of World Cup status. As his quote went, "I knew in advance this course was really something for Wout van Aert." He said while shivering uncontrollably in the post-race interview, "This was just not my thing. I thought it was a crappy course. It can always be your thing, but I thought it was a bit unworthy of World Cup. That doesn't take any away from Wout's performance. He was really something strong." Heavy rain and winds forced the organizers to modify the route, taking out the flyover bridge, and after several of the women got stuck in knee-deep mud. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was absolutely unbelievable. I think the clip I saw of Katie Compton was basically saying if cycling was if there was a cycling meme to describe 2020, she's just pulling her bike to try to get it to move. She's off of it. She's on, the wheels are buried halfway deep, and her foot is gone. And at one point you see a woman pass her, and she goes in her knee in a cross race, a World Cup cross race. So the organizer responded to his criticism, suggesting the world champion could give race organization a try. All weekend, especially today, flooding, and today survived the storm. I was also able to cancel it, but to get with my many volunteers, I chose the hardest way. So you guys did get to see it. Well,
I watched it
or
live.
at least coverage, clips of it. I haven't been able to watch the event itself, but I caught everything about it. when is it better just to not bother with a race? And I'm talking about this from somebody who's been on the inside, as working with race staff as an event announcer and things like that. I see on the inside that the last thing a race director and organization wants to do is cancel an event. They're doing this because they want the event to happen. Mm-hmm. There's passion on the line. There's money on the line, and a lot of people are there, and the last thing they want to do is cancel it. So they modify the course, and they still get shit for it. I'm not blaming Matthew Vanderpool for making his comments. He didn't say this was fucking bullshit, we shouldn't have done it, fuck that guy, or anything like that. But I do sympathize with the race organizational staff here. And I really kind of, have you guys ever done anything like that? Been in an event where it's been altered, shortened, tweaked, adjusted, things like that?
I think the only thing that I've experienced is one time we were at a mountain bike race, and I did, I think I did the shorter version or something like that. I did the junior race or whatever. Yeah. And it was unintentionally altered. And
they marked the course improperly.
Yeah. And so doing things like that does kind of make you just kind of put you in the mindset of what Vanderpool is saying, and how it was just like, how could this have gone this way? But personally, I also do like the response, of the race organizer saying like, why don't you try it on for size and show how difficult and how much we didn't want to get rid of this race was. It's I couldn't imagine being in that position.
I guess this struck me personally because when I'm announcing an event and somebody comes up immediately after the event and says, what's my time? Or where are the results? Or the things posted? Or this part of the course was confusing? Or yada, yada, yada. Or heaven forbid, the free neutral support food wasn't the kind they liked. And I'm
vegan.
I'm not making this shit up. This is I've experienced this on numerous occasions. And as somebody on the inside, I just want to look at him and go, fuck off. I will give you money out of my own pocket that will be your entry fee refund back to you if you just go the fuck away. Because my father always told me, I wish I had a rocking chair and an old hillbilly music in the background. Ding, diddling, diddling. My pappy always told me that you never leave a race without thanking a volunteer and complimenting somebody else on the race. As shitty as it goes, if you have nothing positive to say, don't come back to the race. That's it. Again, Matthew Vanderpool, dude, you're a stud. You seem like a pretty cool professional guy, but I don't know why this just, when I was reading this story, it sparked that fury in me. Where, I've been to some races that have been complete shit shows, and I know that things were done improperly, but they weren't done intentionally improperly. Mm-hmm. So I guess what I'm saying as I'm standing here on this soapbox to all the listeners out there is, if you had a really shitty time at an event, don't tweet it, don't Instagram it, don't say any of that stuff. Just don't come back. Just that's your decision not to come back. These people are trying to put on an event for people. They're not doing it. People, take it from me. We're not doing it to make a living here. You're lucky that these events are happening, and if you complain about it, you might be the person that breaks that race director's back, and they finally just say, fuck it. I'm never doing this again. And all of a sudden, guess what? You were the asshole that killed an event. So,
you don't have to race. If you don't like the situation, you don't have to. Or you can pull out of the race.
I'm even talking fondos or something like that.
Yeah. All that. You have, it's not like they hold a gun to your head.
Yeah.
You have that option to pull out. And not every year, sorry,
I'm a child.
Coitus. You can coitus anytime. Coitus interruptus anytime you'd like.
You can fuck off.
Yeah. But, the thing is I know he's not trying to be sour grapes here.
Yeah.
But he really, he probably has an obligation.
Yeah.
And he probably was pushed by the media. What did you think of the course? And watching it, to be honest with you, was a lot more running than anything else. And it was terrible. But
The women covered 10K in 45
Yeah,
minutes.
they were averaging. The men averaged like 16 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like poking.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, but some days, you know, it works in your favor, and sometimes it don't. But it does make for conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the worst. In fact, I was trying to think when you asked if we've been on a truncated course or something. There used to be a race here, Frozen Flatlands, put on by a local group, and the opening stage, Frozen Flatlands, and it was the first weekend in April, and that there's a highway that was where you did your TT for our little stage race.
For the challenge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was black ice.
Yeah. Oh shit.
They postponed the start, which was a 2-stage day. So they postponed the start for 2 hours so the sun can come up and melt. You know, and a lot of people could pack up and go home if they want. You know, that's their choice. You know, of course, there's grumblings. A few people. It seems to be the ones that win never complain.
Yeah.
No. The ones that lose or crash or something are the ones that complain. So my advice is just bugger off. Then
I've just had such a hard time seeing that, you know, and when I'm seeing race staff and heaven forbid a volunteer getting chewed out.
Well, and not only that, you can imagine those volunteers are having just a ball of fun in that piss rain and fucking mud and 30 degrees, you know. So they're out there trying to make the event happen, and then you're like, this sucks. You know,
so if and we've all been given this power in this new age with social media and stuff like that to just absolutely rip an event apart. I honestly say don't do it. I mean, if somebody asks you in person, dude, how was your race? Well, I wasn't very happy. The person, unfortunately, somebody told me to go the wrong direction, or the course was pretty poorly marked, or something like that. You can tell that to a friend, or if you want to send the race crew a nicely worded email, probably about 5 days after the event, to say, hey, I just want to let you know I was at your event this weekend, and if there's a way next year you could change the way the course is marked. I got confused, and a bunch of people did with me. Thanks for all your work, yada yada yada. You can offer them constructive criticism. Save your being a prick for when you're around the table with your buddies, going "fuck those, man."
Yeah,
I mean bullshit, man. I would have won. Yeah, I would have won. I'd have been upgraded to a Cat 4.
And I mean, like the race I was just talking about that I was put off course, mind you, that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, it's so easy to just not talk about it. Like, of course, I'll go to you guys, or I'll go to like my girlfriend, or like on the way home, and I'll just be like, oh, that was like, I'll vent about it and stuff like that, and say how like I was disappointed with what happened and everything. But at no point have I ever thought, let's get on the laptop, write a little email here, because I don't have any experience.
It's so easy for people to do that now, though, and that's what I'm just saying. It's just like, God damn it, don't fucking grab your phone. Just calm down. Yeah. Or if you're that person who wants to do that all the time, put on a fucking race. Put on a race.
You try
see how great you are. So, story number 2, speaking of VDP, how about VDP and the TDF? Mathieu van der Poel has suggested that he will race in the Tour de France in 2021 for his sponsors, according to a report in Sporza. Alpecin Phoenix, apparently he said he owes them to make it to the French Grand Tour debut, as he maintains his focus on the Tokyo Games next summer also. So he's talking about the fact that this is kind of a juggling act that he's going to have to go through, but he owes it to them.
I smell green jersey.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you guys. Sorry, and I'm gonna potentially make Jackson cry a little bit here. Is Mathieu van der Poel the new Peter Sagan?
Well, let's be really honest. He's the age difference is different now. I am interested to see Sagan with.
It's always been the same age difference. It's not different. It's
no, but what I mean is like
it's just.
Yeah, no, you're very right.
That's a smart ass.
I'm a dick.
But what I mean is like Sagan's fighting against a much younger opposition at this point.
Yeah.
No matter what, like Sam Bennett's going to be younger.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are going to be younger than he is, because he's reaching the twilight area.
Said Mark Cavendish to Sagan.
Yeah. Come on over and have a beer, mate. We can talk about it.
I think I don't think Sagan is done. mind you, I think I'm interested to see what he's like after a regular year, quote unquote regular year of like a training schedule. So I'm interested to see what that's like. But I think right now, like if we're really being honest with ourselves, Wout van Aert can easily take the green jersey. Easily.
Wout van Aert, not VDP.
I was about to say, I think both of those two easily could just blow Sagan out of the water. They are different riders than traditional sprinters are. They can. I'm gonna say it on here. I think. I know we're getting real now.
You're not going to burn his book, are you?
No, I've
all right.
already read it.
Bye.
Yeah. I think. First of all, I think that both Wout and Mathieu van der Poel are eventually going to leave cyclocross for pastures new in the road area, and I think one of those could possibly even blow Sam Bennett out of the water.
I think they're going to have to follow the money.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to.
I think they would be biggest contenders for that green jersey.
I think Wout, as long as he's with Jumbo, will not, because he's got other obligations.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'll win a sprint or two.
And the thing that was killing me about those two guys, well, especially Wout van Aert, was watching the Tour this year with him leading up the major mountains. One of the last guys to blow away, after the major mountains. I'm going, this guy's a classics rider. He
put Carapaz in the hurt locker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Van der Poel's a big dude, and that's coming from me. He's not going to be leading up any of these mountains.
No.
Is he truly the sprint type, though, or is he going to be more of a animator, kind of things like that? Because you think of guys like Sam Bennett, which are true to form, pure sprinter style of a rider. Do Van der Poel and Wout van Aert fit into that, or are the days of the pure sprinter gone?
I think Sagan wasn't a pure sprinter either.
No, he just made it through.
And I think that might be a challenge for Sam Bennett, who's pretty much a pure sprinter. Depends on what de Koenig does with what they want to do. If Remco's going to chase for the yellow jersey, there's a lot of who's going to go, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Remco's going to do the Tour next year. Maybe, who knows?
I think Sagan was the first, the first iteration of a new era of green jersey winners. Like we just said, he's not the typical. He's not going to win every stage, which we figured out. He's got the most second places.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is that in Tour?
Third in all time for second places, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think Raymond Poulador's.
I was gonna say Zodomel, but yeah.
I remember seeing the statistic. It's up there. He's third
Yeah.
place. Whether it's in the Tour or all time, I can't remember which.
Wow.
And see, that consistency is what's always gotten it for him. And I think that with these new younger riders coming up that don't necessarily fit into a category, I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I think Sagan I want to say he has a classic left in him, like a classic win left in him.
Yeah.
God, I hope so. Yeah.
But I don't know if with these new guys coming in, I don't know if he's got as big of a deficit in the green jersey.
Well, I think the green, you brought up a good point, kind of because I'm older and I flash back. Sean Kelly was the Sagan of his time.
Yeah.
I mean, he had, six green jerseys?
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Zabel beat it or tied it. I can't remember.
Somebody's staring
Strong
at
beer there.
Somebody's staring at their phone or something like that.
Yeah.
You can type it into the chat room.
But you look at Sean Kelly. He won Paris-Nice, 1 week stage race, 7 times.
7 times.
Yeah. He's won Milan-San Remo. Unfortunately, never won Flanders.
Yeah.
Paris-Roubaix twice. The guy was talented. He was 4th in the Tour overall, plus the green jersey.
God, that's a great point, because it's almost like we're looking at it as we're thinking about these guys who are new. This is this new style of racing.
Yeah.
It's not.
History has a tendency to repeat. And
These
you look
guys,
at the green jersey.
We just have multiple Sean Kellys. We have multiple, holy shit, I didn't even think about that.
That's interesting.
All right. Right on.
We're breaking barriers here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, well, because I kept thinking about the fact that Lauren Jalabert changed the way the points, the classification, not the points, the polka dot classification went. He would go out early on mountainous stages, try to get as many points as he could and get blown
Like
back.
everybody does now.
Blown off. Yeah, and everybody's doing that
Yeah.
now. It used, and then before that, it was guys, who were just pure climbers who were doing at the,
The
top of all this
Colombians.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or even far back as Lucien Van Impe. And I'm sure a lot of people are going, fuck, are you guys making up
But he
these
won
names?
the tour.
Yeah, but he also won a shit ton of polka
Yes, he
dots
did.
because of that style of riding. So, okay. Third and final story in our news before we move on. I got to give kudos where it is definitely and likely overdue, proving that her silver medal at the UCI World Cup in Namur was no fluke. U.S. cyclocross champion. Here you go, Karsten. Here you go, diva. Clara Honsinger. Carson was yelling at me for not mentioning her name when we were talking about Katie Compton. We were talking about Katie Compton. The story was about Katie Compton. He's like, talk about Clara. She's from Oregon. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about her. She got a second place finish in Dendermonde on Sunday in those weather conditions. She was moving up through the field really well, and she's flying right now. So pretty impressive. And yes, Karsten, she's good. She's fast.
And from Oregon.
And but you know what? She moved.
Yeah.
She lives over there now. And I guess my point of bringing up this story was not only to appease Karsten's ever so delicate mentality, but to talk about the fact that cyclocross, Europe versus the U.S., our riders who completely drop everything and live over there have a better chance at it. Katie Compton being probably the exception to the rule. Why hasn't the U.S. reached the level in cyclocross that Europe has? I mean, I'm sure we're all going to have to theorize on this because no.
I think it's in the Netherlands and Belgium for cyclocross. That is the mecca. That's where you race.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where majority of all the races. You have some in Switzerland, and they dominate the races. So, you got to get over there, and I'm sure everybody has a story, but it's the same with road racing too. You get these guys that dominate in the U.S., and it's not so much the competition. We have these big, fat, wide-ass roads that we race on, and we complain there's a center line. When you're over in Europe, and I've been to Belgium. I don't know if I told you guys this. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, and but these things are like the size of your driveway, and you got 170 people. It's all about position where you have to fight. And there's another website out there. It's NorCal. It's a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And the guy does it, and he has a guy in the Netherlands doing this race, and it's just it's a freaking like Centennial Trail that they do these races on.
Yeah.
And it's just packed with people, and it's all about position. You lose a position if you just kind of break your concentration for a second. You lose 40 places, and you're going to burn energy to get back to where you are, and if you need to advance. It's all about that. And every U.S. racer says going over there, the number one thing is that it's position. Mm-hmm. Don't slack. You can't slack for a second. So,
wow.
Yeah. And I'm sure cyclocross is pretty much the same. Is the skills there.
I will say I don't blame her for leaving Oregon in the winter. It sucks a little bit.
Belgium's really
Did you
good.
see the race?
Yeah.
At least in Belgium, the mud would be frozen.
Yeah, exactly. Here it'd just be
wet
the whole
in
time.
Belgium.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah. I think also, having access, also depending on what team you're on, having access in proximity to those people and like those staff or that staff is a big deal. And I feel like being over there is just makes it better. And I very much agree. I think that you get to understand conditions that necessarily wouldn't be here in the United States. Everything is so much bigger, not just in Texas, everywhere is so much bigger. And I think that's the one thing that is so different. And I don't want to sound like a broken record on all of us, but yeah, I definitely agree that it's like going over there is probably just much more valuable because that's where everything, takes place. How many World Cup races are here?
I equated it to culture, to availability of the good races, and development program probably is a lot more refined over there, and the history, like you said, just the fact that they've been doing it forever, and it's a part of everything. So, we're already 55 minutes into our podcast, and you know what? So I'm gonna switch to our topic, and then kind of fly through the topic, and then fly through the fun part, because hey, this is our last podcast of 2020, and I always have to go with this. I have to talk about Manscaped, boys and girls. This might be the last time I talk about Manscaped. But you never know.
You might want to do some manscaping before you spend 10 hours sitting on that little pointy saddle.
It's already
They got that lube thing. Yeah.
Clean. That's the new term for clean balls. You know what? Their copy is outdated here. It's still about the stocking stuffer here. So I like that we're just talking about how much we've appreciated Manscaped and all they've given to us, and the fact that we're all
we are. Yep.
You guys, great shit. I gave away a good amount of it in stocking stuffers that I just ordered stuff from it, that body wash and things like that. I ordered, and by the way, if you sign up for Manscaped, there is a old school razor where you put the blade in itself and you tighten it down.
Single?
Yeah. Double-edged, double-sided, and the thing's got some weight to it. Santa brought that to me. In other words, I ordered it and put it in my own fucking stocking. And you can do that, people. I don't know if you know that. You can just go, what? Where'd this come from? Thank you, Santa. 2 TV stands and 2 iPad stands in here. But if you become a part of their mailing list, you have access to some of this other stuff that they sell, and man, I can't wait to use this thing. I've been kind of going with the stubble look for a long time to hide my,
Your waddle?
Yeah, my waddle. But they sell a lot of really good stuff like that. So check out their website, you guys. Crop Preserver, Crop Reviver, Crop Cleanser, Crop Mop, and of course the Foot Duster. If you haven't tried that one on yet, that is actually a great one. So if you 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code PFP, Packfiller, filler. P is a podcast. I didn't do that very well.
Not at all.
B is the ballsiest gift giver this year with Manscaped. Thanks to Manscaped for being involved with us for such a good amount of time. So let's do it. Let's look forward to 2021. If there's one thing that's certain, it's that we have learned nothing is certain for 2021. We could have everything back, we could have nothing back, or we could be way fucking worse. And again, I typed the word fucking into my copy. Because let's rub our crystal balls and try to predict what 2020 offers us. Gentlemen, what do you think? Better, same, or worse?
Well, how can we get worse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, since your buddy John Galloway from Bellacast said, we've got a mutant strain here in England.
Yeah. Could get worse.
Yeah, could get worse.
So we're thinking we're optimistic, or are we going to go full pat on this one and go, it's going to get worse?
I'm glass is always half full.
Yeah, after last year, I have to be. I think that, and I hope that we're on the horizon of a very hopeful time. So, just trying to keep it open. One of my hopes for the year is that I'll be able to race. So
yeah. That was my next question. Events? ? If so, same or changed slightly or changed drastically?
I think it's going to stay the same. Well, no, I don't think it's the same. No. I think they're going to go to regular. I think we kind of figured out bike racing. That's one of the sports that actually, like stadium sports, kind of suck a little bit, even though, watching Bundesliga or even Premier League or in NFL, a couple of games that I watch, it's like, there's nobody in the stands, It really...
It's weird.
Yeah, it is kind of strange. And I know they have the canned crowd to try and blend it. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But watching the race, I mean, the crowd doesn't really make a bike race.
Yeah.
To me, it's like we had the most exciting races and I can remember.
Yeah.
I mean, every single, any class that went off or any Grand Tour, all those were great. So, I mean, they've got the formula, and I know that Flanders Classics, which puts on Gent Wevelgem,
Yeah.
and all those, and of course Ronde van Vlaanderen, but they said no people were staying on their schedule, going back to the original schedule. No one on hills, nobody, no gathering. I mean, they could be sparsed out, but they're and people followed that in Belgium and Flanders. It was amazing. When we had the Grand Tours, people weren't doing that like in France or Spain or so.
How about races
Locally?
locally and things like that? You guys think better, worse, changed, or not at all?
I think it's going to be tough. Right now, we have a little bit of time, but I think with how closely and quickly things are approaching, I think it's going to be tough. I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, knocking on wood, that late to midsummer could be a hopeful time for us. But even that, I hope
a long time away.
Yeah.
Well, and that's so tough for promoters. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Ace that does the Tour de Bloom and Walla Walla is supposed to be in the first of June.
Yeah.
And it says all based on being at phase 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if we'll reach that. Hopefully we do. I don't know.
I keep thinking of
we're
Lucy in the Colorado Classic and what they're trying to put together,
Yeah.
and the uncertainty of that, and sponsors and things like that. It's got to be terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot invested, not only financially but time-wise, to put on a race.
Yeah.
It is time-consuming.
Yeah.
It is, and it just goes off in a flash.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So we don't really predict there. That's our 2020.
I'm saying it's going
2021
to
is
go.
predict. You're saying it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yep.
You're going to say it's going to
I'm
happen.
training. I'm doing everything. I'm
Go.
supporting everybody. Full blast. We're going to be back to whatever the schedule is. Yep.
Balls to the walls.
Balls to the wall and cleanly shaved. Thanks to man. Yeah.
Yep.
PFP.
Yep. Use the code PFP. What kind of events do you predict riding personally? I mean, I don't necessarily. Well, Paul's not going to go full gravel on us, but do you predict that you foresee yourself being involved in? Paul, I know you want Tour de Bloom. You probably said Tour de Bloom enough times that we could start drinking after every time you say
there we
Tour de
go.
Bloom. Jackson, any events you predict riding?
Well, I'm thinking about doing this little thing. January 9th, 8 a.m. No. There's the thing that we've talked about here. It's the local 100-mile overnight thing, the Midnight Century, that I hope to do. I will ride it away from people. Whether
that's August, so you're okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully okay.
Hopefully okay. I'd like to do well in it. So that'd be a cool thing. But other than that, I don't know what a schedule looks like right now. So until those things come out, I don't know if I can make any big promises.
Do you think we almost have to take a mentality like what you're saying, Paul, is just where it's like assume it's happening and live your life and prepare yourself like it's happening? So in other words, let's say the year, if this was the year you wanted to sign up for Unbound Gravel, formerly known as DK, or if you wanted to sign up for like the year I did Leadville, you just throw your name into the hat and go like it's happening.
Yeah.
And then if worst case scenario, you're fit for an event that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, it's
Should we
better
just
than
do
the
that?
other way around, right?
Just
The other
go,
way
"Oh,
around, it's like,
fuck."
well, it's not going to happen, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it does happen, and then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I've got a week and a half.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
prepare.
So what
I
we
did
should
that in college, and it didn't work out very
Yeah.
well.
I can
So-
imagine.
Yeah.
So what we should do is take this as the optimistic stance and look at it in terms of it's really going to happen. It
Yeah,
is.
it
We
is.
just have to think about it glasses half
Yep.
full and go ahead and charge ahead. Wow. Okay. God, I don't know. I don't know the day I became a pessimistic asshole, but it's hard for me to think that way right now.
Huh.
I think it's because of people. I don't like people.
Quit watching the news.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
A lot happier person.
Are there any changes or improvements you personally would like to make for 2021?
I wrote them down on my phone earlier. One of them I'd like to do is go from my current FTP to higher. I think that'd be fun. I did the other day.
You got to pick a number, dude.
Well, currently I am at 264, and then I'd like to be up at least to like a I don't know, like a 280. I think that'd be cool.
I bet you're higher than that now.
I'd have to take a test again. I'm not doing that until February.
I'm not. You get my.
Why it's so fun?
Yeah.
And then I see what I have here written down is win something, up the FTP, and finish the knighthood attempt. Those are my resolutions.
Those are it.
That's all. Because and I am choosing to think like Paul and hoping that there is so much more to come than there was this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, here's what my suggestion. Here's my fatherly advice.
I like it.
Look on the calendar, find something, and throw your name into the hat.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
What the hell?
Just fuck it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a stage race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can say it because if I say it again, we'll have to take a drink.
Yeah, because this beer is strong. Tour de Bloom. We don't have to drink it. No, we don't have to drink it.
Oh, pull my arm.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Paul, specific goals or specific things you want to do?
Your son had 3. I have
He had
3.
You have 3? Really?
Yeah. So I want to double my miles, which will be very easy than I did.
Did you get the Strava report?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pathetic.
Oh, what was pathetic?
Oh, the mileage.
What
time spent.
I know
is
what's
like
your number because I don't want
2,000 miles. That's it.
You did more than that.
Nope.
Really?
Because I don't count. I don't Strava. The only time I
don't
Strava my
usually-
Zwift stuff is
I don't Strava Zwift either.
Yeah,
until these races. and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
the
that.
only time.
Yeah.
So that's all I had.
Wow.
So I'm going to double my mileage.
Okay.
Easy.
What's the number that you want to hit?
Man, I should easily hit 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah, easy. And then yoga once a week.
Oh.
That's something that I really need to open up my hips. It's terrible because I sit in a freaking truck, get out and like spend 5-10 minutes at a place, and sit in my truck again and drive to the next job.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And then I've noticed a little bit. I used to never have any fear of crashing whatsoever, and that was to my advantage, even when I crashed a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to create a compilation of videos of famous crashes like Jamaluddin Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh,
In
shit.
1991, everybody look it up, 91, the last stage of the Tour de France.
Brutal. Helmetless,
Nasty.
I think.
Oh, yeah. No, he had a hairnet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It was his mistake.
Protective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was nasty. He was unconscious and everything. And the bastard takes his broken bike and walks. He has the green jersey, and he walks across the line and then gets in the hospital. Gets in an ambulance and finish. And then, what's his name? Oh, gosh. Wilfred Nielsen.
Okay, yeah.
A couple years later, I'm going to put these compilations of these nasty crashes and like even recent when Philip Gilbert crashed over the rock wall and broke his kneecap, that type of thing. I'm going to put a compilation and then put like, some Rammstein music to it. It's like Faces of Death. So I just get desensitized to these crashes,
Just tape your eyelids open and have to
just
watch
sitting
them.
there and on the rollers, drinking beer, shots of whiskey. It's not. That's how I have to get over this fear. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll lend the tape or CD or stream it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I never
see
knew
how it
you
turns
had.
out.
I never knew you had that potential. Not phobia, but
concern. Roger's.
Roger.
Roger. His crash kind of like. I didn't think it was really
shook it
pushing
out.
Yeah. There's so much something could go wrong. Even if you got things dialed in.
Even if if you're
if the equipment fails at one point.
Yeah.
And
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm getting old.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't know if CP's listening, but
I might have Justin Short help me out on that compilation.
There you go. Justin might be listening. He's going to call right now and go, "I'm in, motherfucker." I keep thinking of CP and his phobia of crashing because the guy's got hip replacements. That's
2
how
hip
old we are.
replacements, and I think he got like a concussion twice.
Oh shit! You bump him and he goes like, which I don't blame him.
No.
I do not blame you, CP. Man,
2
I love you, brother.
concussions and 2 replacement
Yeah.
hips. Yeah.
My goals are I want to do at least 10 races. It used to be 20 start lines. starting lines, but I don't know if I'm going to get to 20 this year. I want to do at least 10.
Do a percentage then. Percentage of races that
are available.
Okay. And then say like, I want to do 10% of these races.
Okay.
Whatever.
That's a great point. But it's funny. I had to ask you about your mileage because I hit 3,900 and something miles last year, and I want to hit 5,000 this year. So
all right.
Yeah, begin on that one with you.
Yeah.
I want to be 190 pounds. I throw my fat to you people. I let everybody know that I have a fat shaming issue with myself.
And an eating and cooking.
Yeah.
issue, yeah.
And drinking.
Yeah.
And so I'm
shh.
sorry, don't bring that up, right? I'm seriously trying to make a genuine, honest to goodness statement about the fact that, I when I was my fastest in this 1980s and 90s, I was 170 some pounds. And then I went to college. I got on the rowing team, and I bulked up. And I also had a lot of fun, and then I got married, and things went great. And but I'm still a cyclist, for fuck's sake, but I'd like to, power to weight. I'm riding beside my son, watching our watts, and I'm pushing out more watts. The reason why he's dropping me is because those watts and my body type are fucking me over. And so I'm going, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to do it and see what happens,
So I have to ask you this question.
Please do.
All right. So you
But
got
be
into
gentle.
rowing. Yeah. You got into rowing.
Yeah.
And everybody in this area all knew about it.
Yeah.
And you did bulk up.
Yeah.
So, we didn't race on the same team at that time. And anytime we saw you and you went past us in the pack, I can't even remember what couple of teams, and we saw we'd go, because you bulked up, row, row, row your boat.
You would say that?
I was wondering if you ever heard that.
No, I never
Because
heard it.
we're like, whatever happened to Pat? Oh, he got into rowing. And then you'd show up and you're like, your body mass was all on the top half and not the lower half. And so we kind of made jokes about it. And then we'd go, row, row, row your boat. And then the next guy up ahead, I could hear, row, row, row
You're
your boat.
fucking kidding me.
Well,
I'm
we were
blushing right now.
I was a dickhead.
I
We
never
were dickheads
knew.
back then. It was a slam. It was an internal joke. But no one can say when you hit 190, row, row, row your boat anymore.
Yeah.
So it was just a little tidbit.
Shit.
I held that in
I love it.
since 1989.
You've never told me this, Paul.
Yeah,
What
91.
other secrets, you motherfucker?
We'll wait.
Yeah,
We'll wait
yeah,
until we cross that
Okay,
point.
okay. That's actually great.
Because I want to come back on the show next week.
Yeah. That's great. And I also, my other one that doesn't really have to have do with anything me personally challenge, but I want to make races happen. And I've been talking about that on this show, and I'm going to make some races happen. It might take away from my personal racing calendar, but I love being an event announcer, and I love doing those things. And so I'm going to make some races happen. So stay tuned on that one. I've got some fun shit that hopefully we're going to all be doing this year. Anything else for 2021, gentlemen, on the bike, off the bike, that you have hopes and dreams for?
Well, I'm going to graduate college.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing. I'm going to be a real adult. I'm going to be a real boy. It's going to be a new year.
What's the get a job quote from the Big Lebowski?
The bum's lost. Get it. Do what your parents did. Get a job.
See how that's staring me in the face for the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go, you guys. Take a drink. Start January 1st with training, and I believe what we've walked away from this is look at it like it's going to happen, like everything's going to happen. We got to go into this with an optimistic tent. Okay. Finally, let's end with some fun. We're going to have to make this rapid fire to a certain extent. So we're going to have some fun with our end of the year game. Hell yes, yes, no, or hell no. So your answers are hell yes. We're gonna hell yeah, yeah, no, hell no. Okay, so there was my emotional portrayal of each one. Okay, so I'll
Glad you switched cameras on that.
I did.
Yeah.
I did it for me so
Yeah.
people could see it. Yeah, because they needed to see my
Youth
emotion.
lesbian.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
What'd you call me? So I will just go in order, and I will even answer too.
Okay.
Jackson Bulger, oval chain rings.
Yes.
Paul Main.
No.
That's not even a hell no?
Hell no.
Hell no?
Yeah.
I'm a no. I'm not a hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Shoes other than black or white. Jackson.
Hell yes.
Paul.
Hell no. Even though I had a pair once.
Your shoes have some red in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a yes. I'm not a hell yes. I'm a yes. I'd do it in gravel for sure.
Yeah.
I'd do it in gravel.
Jesus.
Arrow bars on any other event than a time trial. Jackson.
Hell no.
Paul Main.
Yeah.
Like what?
Gravel, long adventure riding,
Okay.
that type of stuff. Yeah. I was thinking of you had a live interview with, name's blank. He went across the Trans-American. Dang, and I know the guy, and I'm friends with
Which
him.
one?
He's a tattoo artist.
Jason Ostrich.
Ostrich,
yeah.
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 Österreich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm a no. I'm not a hell no, but I'm a no.
Yeah.
It depends on the event. But I wouldn't really do it. Okay, e-bike in your personal stable. Jackson.
Hell yes.
Paul Main.
Hell no.
Really?
Not until I have heart problems.
I'm a hell yes. I would buy one as a grocery store computer.
Yeah.
One of those things. I didn't mean to say Paul, and I apologize to both parties right now because Karsten rode me around in the front of one, and I was in my camera and the Bend film shoot, and I was sitting in the front of it, and he was riding me around, and he said, "Dude, it's easy. I'm having a great time.
Wow.
I could do it." He was pushing, but he wasn't pushing. Third Eye, Jackson.
No.
Paul Main.
Hell no. Sorry, Justin.
Sorry, Justin. Hell no from Pat here, too. Watching virtual racing if there is no racing in 21. Jackson Bulger.
Hell no. It's boring.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple, and I'd say no. Plans to race off-road in any format in 2021. Jackson Bulger.
Hell yes.
Paul Main.
Classified gravel.
Yeah.
Tougher. Yeah.
Okay. I'm hell yes. Touring. Jackson.
Yes.
No.
Huh? No?
No.
I'm yes. Bike packing in 2021. Jackson Bulger.
Hell yeah.
No.
I think that was a hell no for everybody. She was wondering about that. I'm a yes. I'm not a hell yes, but I'm a yes. Number 10. I didn't really realize this term until somebody informed me. I always just called them caps, but a casquette under your helmet. Jackson.
Hell yes.
Hell
Main.
no.
Hell no.
Nope.
Really?
That's only podium or you're riding without a helmet. That's the only time.
I'm a hell yes if the weather's shitty enough.
No.
And I have that pock and I sweat so horribly in it, and I'm wondering if that might help, but it probably won't. I'm not going to do the Marco Pantani pirate headband.
No,
That's for
no.
fucking
Yeah.
sure. Hell no.
Hell no.
Using the word bidon to refer to something other than the U.S. president. Jackson.
I'm gonna say no just because I don't speak that language.
Paul Main.
I say yeah.
I say yes, but only sarcastically.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a douche when I say it. Hey, go pick up your bidon. Unless we're talking about that movie. What's the name of that movie? The listeners need to know the name of that movie you saw online where they're like, that was a $20 bidon.
Oh, that's called
The Hill? Or
The Climb.
The Climb.
I think it's called The Climb, and it's on, what's
on
that,
YouTube.
Vimeo?
Oh, it's on. Oh, it's Vimeo.
Vimeo. Or whatever.
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
Vimeo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called
It's
The Climb.
funny.
It
It's
is
funny.
really funny.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that you must see if you're in the man cave that you need to watch. And one is Throwing the Dice by Ridley Scott.
Stop for a second.
Okay.
Because I think after every show from now on, you have to recommend something
Okay.
that people should watch when they're
All
on
right.
the
And
because
Jackson,
I like
too.
that.
He's
Yeah.
got to. Yeah.
that's see,
Okay.
look at us. We're coming up with new shit.
All right.
On the air.
Number 12 in our hell yes, yes, no, hell no. Chris Froome on the podium in the Tour in 2021.
I'm gonna go bold. Hell no.
Oh,
That's not bold. Hell no. Nope.
I want to say yes, but I'm going to fuck him over. I'm going to just say no. An American on the tour podium. Jackson.
I really think it'd be cool if Sepp Kuss could be up there, but I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to say no also because I think Kuss is going to have his job cut out for him.
Yep.
Another monument for Peter Sagan.
Hell yes.
I say yes, and I say it's Milan Sanremo.
Yep.
Oh, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
He could do that one.
I'm going to say hell yes because I want him to. And I hope I don't Richie Port him. Wout on the podium in a tour.
I think like a Paris-Nice is maybe possible for him,
But not a Grand
Not
Tour?
a Grand Tour.
I don't think a Grand Tour.
No.
So no.
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 I'm going to say no. Ineos winning the 2021 Tour.
Yes.
I have to agree, yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm going to say yes. So we're not hell yeses.
No.
No.
Okay. Two left, gentlemen. Both very firmly tongue planted in cheek. Paul Main on a disc brake bike by the end of 2022.
Hell yes.
By the end of
Can't av-
2022,
He
Like
can't
any
avoid
bike
it.
or my road bike?
a disc brake bike
Oh yeah. Hell
By
yeah.
2022.
by 2022.
I say yes.
You say yes?
Yeah.
I'm going to go negative, and I'm going to say just a slightly on the nose.
You know my
side.
wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's going to say, no more bikes.
Okay, here's my last one, and this one is meant completely out of spite to pick on somebody who's not here. Jack Broadhead on a bike by the end of 2021.
I think
On a bike, and when I say on a bike, I mean somewhat consistently,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Because I was gonna say, I think
not
we're
just
gonna,
like throw his leg over and take a picture and say "fuck you."
see. Originally, I was gonna say we're gonna pressure him too much.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yes. No, hell yes. Just yes.
just yes.
I say yes if we quantified like once a month.
Yeah. Kind of
Do you think-
depends.
How do we keep letting that goofball on our show when he's not a cyclist? Are
Because
we
he leaves
being-
his nuts on the table.
He does leave his nuts on the table. And his might not even be smooth because he's never done anything to earn a Manscaped kit,
No.
but other than using the PFP code.
Because, because we know Jack,
Yeah.
if he gets into cycling, everybody in this area watch out.
Oh fuck! The guy's he's. I don't want to bust his balls, because the guy's a fit runner,
Yeah, he is.
super fit runner, and he has always been a super fit cyclist. And he'd pick it up, hit the ground
Oh,
running.
yeah.
But I love busting his balls, and I just. I laugh at the fact that he hasn't ridden at all.
Yeah.
Except January 1st last year. You think he's going to be there for this year? He won't ride with us this
I
year.
think. Did he say he was when he was on the show last?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
But now
I
we-
think I don't know if he's in town.
Yeah.
I think he might be.
Now we've got to pressure him.
Yeah.
Let's just text him nonstop
Exactly.
for the next week.
There we go. You guys have a safe New Year. I mean that first and foremost to the guys sitting across the bar from me, but I also mean that for everybody else listening to the show. Again, I love the idea. Take it as a positive. Take it as we're going to have everything, and everything's going to be good, because the worst case scenario, you're going to spend a lot of time on your bike, and you're going to be smiling, and you're going to be fit, and you're going to be going faster.
Yep.
So I guess that's what we can take away from this. Once again, we are always live every week on Podbean and on our YouTube channel. Jackson's the new social media guru over here. So if you're seeing the fact that our Instagram account finally got its shit together, it's because this old jackass, he's not doing it. And there we go. And we threw out our challenges for ourselves. If you guys got something else you'd like to do, or something you'd like to see us do, I think it'd be kind of fun. That was one of the questions I forgot to throw out there, was asking, hey, do you guys think there's anything we should put ourselves through in 2021 that might be fun for people to watch or listen to? For example, Jackson doing 10 videos back to back.
Fun.
Yeah, fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. So
That's
we
what you
have.
call it.
Yeah, we have one more show between now and Jackson's Sufferfest attempt. And I plan on, oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I plan on unveiling a lot of new plans that we're doing here and the Packfiller for 2021. So stay tuned, you guys. We're going to have some fun stuff for you to play along with, and hopefully some I don't know. I think a lot of good people I'm talking to are getting involved, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm being vague right now because I don't want to jinx it. Is that fair enough?
Fair enough.
I don't want to jinx it. Thanks, everybody. We will talk to you next week. Stay safe. Have a good new year. Don't be an asshole. That is how I should end every show.